Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weebs here, and this is what if Naruto was a Prodigy Part 5. Last time we left off with Sasuke attacking the village and Naruto kind of bodying him after Sasuke is able to defeat Danzo. Well, he doesn't really defeat him. Danzo does try his trump card, and he just fails and kills himself. So while this is all happening, the 5 Kage summit is still going, and the Raikage is blaming the Hidden Leaf village that it's because of them this will happen to be. And the Jiraiya, I believe Jiraiya is there with Tsunade. If not, yeah, he is there with Tsunade. And if I didn't say that last part, I'm sorry. I haven't really watched every single part because they are pretty long, and I'm trying to make it as fast as possible for you guys so I can do the newer what ifs. And just saying, I am making a collaboration right now with Nexus Sanin. We are doing a collab video, so that should come out by today as well. But anyway, so Naruto wants to fight Sasuke, but tells him, Sasuke, you have no chance right now. If we do fight, we will both die, which doesn't make any sense. And Sasuke escapes with his team and Obito, and Sasuke does still get the implant of Itachi's eyes. And while this is all happening, while Sasuke is resting, the 5 Kage summit is still is about to end until a few things happen that someone from the one of the guards, well, someone came from the Hidden Cloud village and told the Raikage that B is okay. He just used a substitution, and he did survive. And the Raikage says realizes that, sorry, I read that wrong. The Raikage realizes that he was wrong and apologizes to the Leaf. And then Toby comes out of nowhere. He warps into the 5 Kage summit and says, so the killer bee is in the Hidden Cloud village, right? So I guess I should go and take him. And the Raikage does blitz Obito, well, Toby, but Toby just phases through his attack and says, I declare war on all five nations for the 9 tails and the 8 tails. And and then he leaves, but they did tell them that B is going to the, I forgot where that place was, where he mastered where Naruto mastered the 9 tails, not mastered, like beat the 9 tails. He went back to that waterfall place, and no one knows about it. But so they still have to make the alliance because of the because Toby has started the 4th Great Ninja War, and it's the Akatsuki versus all the 5 nations. The Akatsuki is kind of stronger than them because they have 7 tail beasts, and Naruto still hasn't mastered the 9 tails, so they are in a bit of a disadvantage. So Naruto does go to that place to fight the 9 tails off, and he does fight him off. And the 9 tails doesn't really hate Naruto as much because Naruto is a lot stronger and he respects Naruto a bit, but he still doesn't show it and wants to fight Naruto. He still loses to Naruto because Naruto does meet his father and mother, because he never had to go through the tail beast transformation during the fight against Pain. So he meets Minato and Kushina together when he's overwhelmed by the 9 tails, and they do still have a heartwarming reunion. So Naruto eventually does master does beat the 9 tails thanks to Kushina's chains, and I'm pretty sure this Naruto has the Flying Raijin because he's the prodigy Naruto. Yes, he does use the Flying Raijin to beat the 9 tails. Eventually he spammed it with Rasengans, and his clone spammed it as well. So he did beat the Ninetales. He overwhelmed the Ninetales after he kind of stopped its movement with Kushina's Uzumaki chain. So that happened as normal, and now we skip to Sasuke waking up and seeing that there's a war happening, and he still can't use his eyes properly, and the White Zetsu is talking to him about this war. While now we go back to Naruto. Naruto did find out that Kisame is in Samahara, and the same things happen with Kisame. He does get annihilated and kills himself, and Naruto does escape with Killer Bee because he wants to help out in the war. So while this will happen, while Naruto was fighting the Ninetales, Kabuto came to, or Kabuto did take Orochimaru's cells and became the Sage Kabuto, and he does give the offer to Toby for Sasuke for an army of reanimations with strong shinobi from the past, even Akatsuki members, and also some strong Kage from the past too. And Obito doesn't want to do this, but then Kabuto does show him the corpse of Madara Uchiha, and then he has to, because he doesn't know that Obito can't control Madara, and I mean Kabuto can't control Madara. I read that completely wrong, and he doesn't want to verse Madara because he knows he's gonna lose no matter what. So he accepts, and the war begins with reanimations, and Kabuto being the mastermind behind the reanimation jutsu, while Toby does get the reanimated Jinchuriki and puts the tail beasts in them, and is trying to go to find Naruto, who escaped and now is made clones, still 13 clones as usual. So from here on out, the story is a lot similar to the original, but there are some major changes. For example, like the fight against the tail beasts is a lot easier since Naruto has the flying Raijin, and let's go over that now. So the fight starts off pretty similarly, but just that Naruto is dodging attacks with his kunais and teleporting from one to another. And so once he does get swallowed up, the same things happen. Naruto does try to take out the rod out, and he does, and he stops the Four Tails from rampaging. So now we skip to Sasuke again. Sasuke decides to go out and destroy all the White Zetsus that try to stop him. And here the fight against Nagato does still happen with Naruto and Itachi versus Naruto. Itachi and Nagato versus Killer Bee and Naruto. They still fight, and Itachi does still use his Shisu's eye that he gave to Naruto to break out of the reanimation jutsu. So now Naruto is still fighting the tail beasts, while Sasuke does see Itachi and is asking Itachi all these questions, but Itachi ignores him until Sasuke says, "I have your eyes, there's no point of lying to me, I can see through your lies. Why, Itachi? Why didn't you tell me about this?" And Itachi said, "You were just too young, Sasuke. Just too young." And they do still fight Kabuto in the same way, just that Sasuke didn't really need all this protection, even though Itachi still gave it to him. And Itachi does still give his emotional goodbye to Sasuke and does show him what really happened, which made us all cry. And he does say, "No matter what, I will always love you," and says goodbye. And Sasuke does decide to protect the Leaf Village, but wants revolution, and he wants to rebuild this world like to his fit. So Sasuke does go and get his old team back, and they do get Orochimaru as well, since Orochimaru does come out after a bit, since they all know that Orochimaru can come back. So they still go to the Odai nation, I think, no, village where the Uzumaki were, and also they do still go back to the Leaf Village, and Sasuke still has that little moment. It has really changed, because last time he was here, he didn't really look at the village much. He was just trying to destroy it. Well, now he's trying to protect it from the war. But this is when the Ten Tails is revived, and now we have to go back to Naruto a bit back in time. So Naruto is fighting all the tail beasts, and Kurama does tell him, Naruto, we need to link up, and they still do have the link thing, and it's only for 5 minutes or maybe a bit less, since Naruto has barely any chakra left. Well, now he has a chakra boost, but what Naruto has done is he has used a flying Raijin with Kurama, and has used the Kurama avatar to use the flying Raijin. So he does still use his tail beast bomb for the first time, and it's pretty OP, especially because Naruto did instead of making them explode up in the sky and just destroying the battlefield, he decides to teleport the tail beast bombs even higher up. So basically what he does is throws a kunai as high as he can, and then the kunai reaches over the clouds, and Naruto with the Kurama avatar leaves the kunai on the ground and then throws another one close to the two tail beast bombs. Well, the combined from a tail beast bomb versus Naruto's one, and he does teleport that tail beast bomb onto the over the clouds and teleports back. But that means Naruto is completely out of power. Nearly out of power, I read that wrong. Nearly out of power, and still slaps the tail beasts, and the tail beast bomb explodes in the sky, and all the clouds get annihilated. But then they do come back eventually, but who cares? We don't care about geography right now and weather controllers, BS like that. So Naruto does still beat the tail beast with a lot more skill, and it would look like an epic fight, especially if Naruto knew the flying Raijin. And so Naruto does beat the tail beast bomb, all the tail beasts, and he is out of chakra, while Obito has to retreat because he needs to summon the 10 tails, even though he doesn't have the 8 and 9 tails, because now it's completely impossible to get them if he doesn't have the 10 tails. So the 10 tails still revived, and they do still fight. So it's basically first Kakashi, Guy, Killer Bee, and Naruto, and of course 8 tails and 9 tails against the 10 tails and Obito. Madara is still revived, and he still does have does summon the 2 meteors to go and destroy the whole entire battlefield, but they all stopped, and well, the first one stopped and the second one just annihilates. No, not many people died, but there were a lot of casualties, especially Naruto's clone did try to teleport the second meteor away, but he wasn't able to, since he didn't have enough chakra, and the clone just poofed. And Gaara's like, well, Naruto at least tried, and he poofed. So Naruto realizes what just happened, and I forgot what platoon is it. The platoon with Gaara and Onoiki does get kind of annihilated by Madara, until all the 5 Hokage are summoned. Well, they all fight together. They do put up some kind of good fight, but they get destroyed. So Madara is kind of annihilating them with his Susanoo wood clones, which I do not understand why Akira Toriyama decided to do such BS, because that was just overkill. How could someone beat someone with the perfect Susanoo well, just one person with the perfect Susanoo and one Riddigun, and he's a reanimation who can just regenerate. And then you stack on top of that, you stack on wood clones that can use Susanoo individually. Like, why? Just, I never understood why Akira Toriyama wanted to make Madara so overpowered. So whatever, we're just wasting time now. And Naruto does still well, the fight against the Ten Tails begins, and Naruto is kind of losing with his with the other three. They are still losing because the Ten Tails the Ten Tails strength is so overwhelming that they can't do much. But Naruto can really teleport tail beast bombs away from them with a clone. I know it's kind of madness, because before Naruto couldn't teleport a meteorite away, but that was because Naruto was out of chakra back then, especially because that was a clone. The clone literally got out of KCM and was just in Sage mode. Because Sage mode, you don't really need much chakra. You gather nature energy and then you go Sage mode, which amplifies your strength and a bit of your chakra. So that I explained that bit. So the Allied Shinobi forces do still come and back up Naruto. They still tried that that technique to immobilize the Ten Tails, but it still doesn't work because the Ten Tails overwhelming strength. And Naruto does still get healed up and decides to give all his chakra to every single one of the shinobis in the Allied Shinobi forces. And while this is all happening, Sasuke, Orochimaru, Jugo, Karin, and Suigetsu do still reanimate the four former Hokages, because they were all pretty much taken away by the Reaper Death Seal, and except for the second and the first and second Hokage as well, because Hiruzen sealed them away. So now that they're reanimated, they still do have that little history lesson about the past and how Shinobi came to be and all these wars. And Sasuke understands, and they realize there's a war outside going on, and they go out. So Minato is still the first one to come. Naruto is out of chakra by now, and there's a tail beast incoming, and they can't stop it with all the mud walls, or earth walls. Earth walls. And Minato does have to teleport away, and he does go KCM and shows everyone that he can go KCM too. And Naruto's like, that's my father. And Sakura is completely stunned by this, and then she sees all the other three Hokage. She sees Lord Third, Second, and First, and they do still do the full trigram, full Hokage something sealing jutsu thing. I don't remember the name, but full formation something. I can't remember the name. Sorry guys. Let me search up. The full Crimson Ray formation. There we go. And they do still fight the Ten Tails, and from here on out the fight is pretty much the same. Sasuke arrives and he declares that he wants to become Hokage, and everyone's like, you're not becoming Hokage. And the fight is pretty similar, except that Naruto knows the Flying Raijin, so he does teleport everyone out. And he still does, and then he still does have to verse Obito, Jubito, I mean. So he does still get bodied, but then he uses Takano Jutsu on Obito, and Obito does change, but then Madara appears out of nowhere, and he decides that Obito doesn't deserve the Ten Tails and takes it for himself. And Might Guy still and kills. Well, he extracts the Nine Tails from Naruto, and Naruto does technically die temporarily, and Minato does still try to give the other half, but then Black Zetsu does come in and takes it. So Naruto's kind of fricked. I can't say the F word. So Sasuke does still get stabbed in the heart. I think he got stabbed in the heart. I'm pretty sure. Who cares? So they still do meet Hagoromo. Hagoromo does give Naruto the Sage of Six Paths Sage mode. So Six Path Sage mode. Yeah, there we go. And he gives the Rinne Sharingan to Sasuke. So Sasuke and Naruto do come back stronger than ever, and Naruto does have the Nine Tails again, and he goes KCM Six Path Sage mode, and they're kind of bodying, and he does save Guy as well. Guy does use Night Guy, and is on the verge of dying until Naruto just kicks the truth-seeking orb away from Guy and saves him, and saves his life by using his was it the sun Asura's powers, because he does have that little sun on his hand, and saves him. So Naruto does then kind of body Madara with Sasuke, and Madara decides he needs the second Rinnegan, and he still does take Kakashi's eye from him and kind of annihilates. And now Black Zetsu decides to, of course, Black Zetsu decides to betray Madara, and Kaguya is revived. So, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, the Infinite Tsukiyomi is still casted, and the allied shinobi forces are pretty much all gone except for Obito, Sakura, Madara, Black Zetsu, Naruto, and Sasuke. So they still do have the fight, just that in this what if I will save Obito again. Oh, and even Jiraiya is in this fight, but he couldn't really do anything even against Jubito. He did try to give some of his Sage chakra to Naruto, but that didn't work out too well, and now Naruto is way stronger, and he is caught by the Infinite Tsukiyomi. So Naruto, Sasuke, and then Obito does still have his two Sharingans, and he does still save Sasuke from the dimension. And you know, when Obito was meant to die, this time instead of that happening, I believe Naruto is just going to you know how sometimes he can extend arms from his cloak, or he just makes tails out of his KCM. So he's gonna make tails. He's going to make the tails into your hands, and they're all going to grab onto Sakura, Kakashi, Obito, and Sasuke, and he's going to use the Flying Raijin into a different location where he left a marker, because this Naruto is the prodigy, and once they got into the gravity dimension, Naruto decided to quickly just leave a marker, I mean a kunai with the Uzumaki seal on it. This time Naruto is using basically Minato's kunai but with an Uzumaki seal on it, and he is basically teleports all of them there, and Obito decides that was too close, and he gives one of the eyes to Kakashi, and Kakashi does give his normal eye to Obito, and Obito and Kakashi now have a Sharingan each and a normal eye each. And Naruto now decides to basically heal up their injuries, their eye injuries, because of the gravity is gone, because since Kaguya let her off, and Naruto quickly healed their eyes because they were still hurting from the from the manual transplant, which makes absolutely no sense. I don't understand how they can still use their eyes. Naruto does heal them just in case, and he basically makes Kakashi Sharingan a normal Sharingan where he can turn it off and turn it back on. So Kakashi now is basically an Uchiha, but he really isn't. I'll just say he is able to do that. So they're still fighting, and Sakura's about to get annihilated until Obito and Kakashi together, they make a perfect Susanoo, and they save Sakura, and they still use the Susanoo lightning blade. Well, Kakashi jumps out, and the Susanoo is completely disappears, and I'll say Kakashi uses the Kamui lightning blade, while Obito uses the Kamui shurikens with just a bit of the let's say that they can both use in this way. If I'll just make it that they can both use the Kamui without the Susanoo, but Obito is a bit more overpowered since he can use the Kamui blades, I mean shurikens. Sorry, I got confused with lightning blade and Kamui shuriken. He can use them without the Susanoo, since he does have some of the SO6P powers, Sage of 6 powers from the ones that he stole from Madara. So Kaguya does still get sealed up, and Naruto doesn't forget about Black Zetsu. This time he seals Black Zetsu up, and he just leaves a marker in this dimension just in case one day he needs to come back to check up something or some BS like that. So they go back, they do get summoned back by the Sage of 6 Paths, and they are congratulated on their win. And this time Obito is forgiven, but he is, and everything from here happens pretty much the same except for the Naruto and Sasuke fight. That is completely different. Naruto bodies Sasuke, not only because he's a hard counter to Sasuke, but he actually is way stronger than Sasuke, thanks to his flying Raijin. Even though he isn't in Team 7 in this what if, Naruto does still think of Sasuke like a best friend and like a brother, since they did have similar childhoods without anyone. But Naruto does still beat him with his Rasen, with his massive 2 Rasen Shuriken Tail Beast Bomb Sage Mode BS OP move that should have Kando annihilated Indra's arrow, since Wind style is stronger than it is a hard counter to Lightning style, which always confuses me. Even though Sasuke did use the Tail Beast and Chakra, it still kind of confuses me, since Naruto is way stronger, even though Naruto has basically more Chakra than the Tail Beast right now. And they do still lose their arms in the final Rasengan and Chidori, and they do still get healed. This time Obito does come as well with Kakashi and Sakura does heal them up. Obito is pretty much carrying Kakashi, since Kakashi is completely out of Chakra. And they, from here on out, that's pretty much it for Shippuden. I could cover the last movie, but that is for you guys to hit the like goal of 50 likes, because I need to finish what if Naruto took his ninja life seriously, and I want to go and start doing more parts to what if Naruto had wood style, what if Naruto was an Adola burst, and also what if Naruto had Todoroki's quirk. And I'm making a collab video with my boy Nexus Sanin. I will be leaving a link to his channel, same with my friend RATREET. He has helped me make my new Discord server. Yes, there is a Discord server, link in the description, and please go subscribe to him as well. And also big thanks to Miniman123. He did allow me to use his gameplay from his channel. I did text him on WhatsApp. Yes, we know each other, and he allowed me to use it. So please go subscribe to him. The link in the description below as well. Subscribe to all 3 of them, to be honest. And thank you for listening. Take care, stay safe, and peace. Try to hit the 50 like goal, 50 likes like goal, and you will get Naruto the Last. Anyway, stay safe, peace.